I figured they was gonna do that. Okay, this is the second part too. I guess I can start it. Divinely God and chose star seed spiritually 777. How y'all doing? You know, every time you start something, it's always somebody come interrupt. I'm giving me a new. I'm not doing any Android anymore, so everything gonna be new. I might as well tell it ahead. Shoot, tell it. You know, sometimes Android just ain't for everybody. 5G. So you had, you know, I went through my wrestle to the certain thing, wrestle, and I had my time. But after the fact, I had just energy for so many years, and to be honest with you, I thought that transferring your energy to another home, okay, that you could just pay whatever that your pay, what your past if you owe, and just continually. But things have changed, and from my understanding, being that if I had them for years, over 9 years, but I guess that was the end for that. I wrestled for over a week and still gave me X. I mean, if you've been with somebody, they're gonna ask you for all your information again, your lease and all that. I went through all of that. It was a process, and I was like, wow, what happened with just energy? I seemed like my customers wasn't referenced in a good way. You know, sometimes you think people look at it what it is, but I had to understand that what I'm dealing with. When you're dealing with different type of Android and more application, then you find out you got different things, and more than that, you have clone apps or someone trying to be in front of you. It's a lot of things about malware and different things, a type of um, things behind the scene that you don't know. My understanding is you can always deal with certain things in other ways. But at a point in time, sometimes you just need to know the answer, but sometimes you don't always gonna get you the answer. But after I thought about it, I thought about, well, other people that went through that process already. I wasn't there, but I was with them. You know, some of the people who had the hurricane that came through. I did give some information about what happened with Japan in 5.9 of the earthquake, but I knew it was going to balance, you know what I'm saying, in a way that it always ties to everything when the earth is off balance, and it causes after effect, right? So I wasn't there, but I was just like I was with them, you know, without lights for a while. So that's another way after the fact. Because like when you're going through, you know something, but you don't know it all. But the after fact, this is what came from. So to me, it's like, hey, I had to go through something. It was something that was on October 2nd, and I was telling that, yeah, those different aspects for those numbers gonna give you that effect, and it surely did. And I said, be looking for your download. Well, honey, I got mine. It wasn't the way I was looking for, but I knew it was coming. But anyway, it's just like you got a little warning, or it could be positive, negative. If it is negative, you're still gonna always come out something good. It's depend on how your thought patterns of the Mercury, how it's gonna play. You know, like we are in Mercury. You know, sometimes on the video I'll be good, and next minute on I'm looking another way. But let's get on in here. So Vanilla Sky, I watched the movie. Um, so I vote prior. I don't know if I'm gonna do part two or not, since the other one I already knocked it out for whatever reason. But you know, hey, I ain't gonna worry about it. Keep it on, keep it moving. But anyway, we're gonna be talking about aspects. We're gonna talk about cosmic flow. And cosmic flow, like I said, it is astrology. Planets, sun, moon, astrology, meaning certain type of degrees and how things can be conjuncting different things, parallels, paradigm, and what that is. It is about divine. Divine is a partnership. It is a relationship. It's unconditional love. You know, the flow that should flow. You know, not always be like that, but that's the world for you. You know, and 7 is giving you that world. And after the 21, it will be the 22. That means that you're in a part. Your part to place, part in place that you're in of a flow. And that flow can be something like that you have, your processing of that you already have absorbed, okay? And with that journey, you know, the full journey is a full journey for a person to go through the ups and downs experience of the world, because all of it is different from everybody. So this what we're here for, is to give out the influencing of the things of the process and how we deal with the planets and different things and aspects in the world. That's what we're here for. That's why so many people are influencing right now, because it has to do number 5. 5 is the speak, and that is to give out communications. Okay, so communication has to do with how the speaking of communication to others. So that's where basically that is. First of all, let's talk about Vanilla Sky. Now, when I first saw it, and that's 2001, also 2002. Now, prior, I said it has nothing to do with 25. But 25 has to do with the time. And to my understanding, that number has been all around. So they give you the information about 25. It's about, but with that, it tells you about the towers. And that gives you to the point from New York, because this was about publishing. And this publishing is about a young man at this time, you know, was a little playboy, okay? Anywhere, and like it is also his dad's company, matter of fact, behind. And so he was the baby. So he was as a child in publishing, as his father did his business and become that. Just imagine how many people on them seats and thought that he was not going to be like his father. And you know, with that behind that scenes, a little hot mess behind there. But my understanding, everybody have their own understanding on when you watch a movie. But it has a lot of stuff. You can't tell it all. You know, it's a lot of information. But it's bits and pieces of it, you know. So let's get on in here. So basically, his name was on this movie. I'll try to write it down here. It's all about the paradigms, right? It's telling you where it is and where it's going to come from. So the information, I'll try to have the name in here that I just wrote down some little things that I said, you know. Okay. Oh, yes. So basically, David, and he is the part of it. So David is like, he is living as a playboy, but as disfigured his face later on, and for reasons for that. Okay, but Sophia was Brian, I believe his name was Brian, best friend. That's how David came and fell in love with Sophia, and he had an ex-lover, Julie. So basically, that's how it flowed. So meaning that it's always something, you know. The best friend is Brian, and then Sophia was that he just fell in love at first sight, you know. And the ex-lover is someone that he always would dealt in certain kind of ways. I kind of like, my father always said, a man was gonna always know who's gonna be his wife, and if he has one or two, that's it. And he always kind of like let me know ahead, and everything he said is correct. You know, my mother always said, if a man is with you, they with you, but when they leave you from someone else, and she said that when they come back mean. And so that means that if they already leave, if they left, they're gonna come back. They're not gonna come back the way they did before. So I listen to my parents, and I listen what they say. And so when I don't, then I'm like, okay, doesn't mean it always, but you just watch what they say, because they got a lot of knowledge on that right there. So, David, it just gives you the information, you know, he had it going on. You know, the women was crazy about him at his job. Just imagine, right? And he's nice looking too. And he can have anybody, but he chose Julie, you know, but she was wild, right? But my understanding, so let's get on in here. So, it's about, to me, it gives you like, let me see, I put more of a, like a, to my understanding is, I'm just gonna read what I say, okay? I watched Vanilla Sky, parts and pieces. Sometimes things either are questioned why. I couldn't finish the movie years back. I've seen or couldn't understand the reasons, just couldn't get into it. Now I finally can get the flow of the direction with wind chimes, LOL. It's like the Vanilla Sky is a suite of a subconscious of fear stored in strong brain. To me, it's cognition, and it gives you the waves of computer that we have done as in it's stored, very powerful and subtour and masterfully granted. It give you the revelation of the mind. Up is the revolution. As a hunter, as hunted is a plate of the rotation of the earth. That means up and down. It gives you elevation and evolution. Okay, give you a little bit there because I can go, and I don't want to give all my information because I will one day. I have a book. So let's get on the information about cognition. So I have a book. It's like the dream interpretation of handbook, and my understanding, enter is the pretation of whatever, into, that means pre-done. And it gives you cog. Cog is the brain, and to my understanding, it's like what did you have within your brain. And brain has waves, signals, and different things that the brain flow. It is wired, just like a computer. Okay. So I think I told y'all about this. I gave the information about the box, which would be the computer. It was a box, and I never liked the thing. I could not, and it threw me off. I never liked it. And it kind of like when you, as a child, I think I was like 11, 10 or 11 at the time. No, I believe 9, 8 or 9. And I did not like that box. I thought it was weird, and it threw me off. And because I wasn't used to seeing nothing like that. It kind of, bringing the information, it kind of like threw me off because I didn't like it. Okay, it was too much for me. I'm like, why we have to go through all of that just to do something real quick? And it was really like it's slowing me down. You know, it's kind of like it was another attachment that I didn't want to handle on my belt. But later on, I understood. Let's get about with cognition and give some information about cognition. And like I said, cognition is like a car. Does that make sense? You know how you do something, you know you gotta do something, you should have did it earlier when it was hot. All right, precognition is right here. Third is, it says foreknowledge of an event, especially foreknowledge of a paranormal kind. Also give you a Scottish law. Scottish law has a lot, Scott. And it's individual, it's a family, it is preliminary examination of the witnesses, especially to decide whether they are grounds for a trial. That is going to give you a positive or negative fact, something that's already pre-done. That means a past, previous had already did the processes. So it has to do also dreams and future, and meaning it's awareness. It's predict, meaning of the knowledge. Okay, something already manifested. Okay, so paranormal living is giving the beginning of living, and foreknown is always destined and destiny. They give you the cosmic flow. They give you that information that is from the stars, astrology. It means astros, like Houston. Houston, we have an answer. Like I said on one of the videos, like I didn't have an answer yet, so I did because it was from that. Just energy was from Houston. Just giving you an understanding about that. So let me give you about dreams. It's about dreams. It give you concepts of self, concepts of others, and concepts of conflict, and concepts of the world, and concepts of prohibiting punishment and impulses, because it's going to give you all the information that's really is about how subconscious information and precognition is all together. They give you dreams and how the action of the dreamer, you know, and how it flows of Mercury, because thoughts is what's going to give that information. As part of the computer of your thought, and it's about your brain flow and how the thoughts and what comes out, and how the after effect of your aspect is you know, and then you have different things. It'd be like a result, what resonates. Resonate has a resin. Resin is like something that's left over. Also, a resin is also could be a fragrance and something that you could be using out of flower, and that means fruits or everything. Because fruits ain't always bad when it's bad. It could be something like bananas. They turn real ugly when they look, but later when they're real dark, that's where it's real right, and it becomes a good fragrance. Like vanilla is very a resin, and it's like these little bitty black little dots in the little pots, but they're so powerful and it's so expensive. Okay, just imagine about vanilla sky. It is resins of the sky. It's a fragrance. It's a beautiful thing, sweet, and that's my understanding of a sky. You know, that's how somebody has placed and made it beautiful. And we do all kinds of things in the world, and we only sometimes look at negative of an aspect instead of the positive, and that cause issues, you know. So let's get into this. So its aspect is about its aspect is a lot of the world, but not of it. You know, and you have different scriptures, right? But also it is the author. Author is the books. The books is all over. And when you're at the perspective of it, in an aspect of it, it's all over. So you're looking for something here and there and everywhere. You know, like old MacDonald had farm, E-I-E-I-O. It starts one here, there, and everywhere. It's the whole world. You know, when we get stuck because of condition of how education has been placed. And therefore, we're not to go against it because we made something of it, but it's just like it's more. But that's for you. That means collective, masculine, feminine. It is a divine. That is a partnership. That is family. That is friends and community. We're here to make it great. Not to be able, here's the knot. Your knot is your nod. Is it going to be a positive of choices that will be good and bad? It is within us. We have it all. But when we come together as to go against each other, the first thing is this: when all come together and bring a negative factor, that brings the I call it the wheel tilt. And that's why we're in that 10 of a split, because the 10 is split of 5 and 5. And then there you have 5 on one side is negative and 1 5 on positive. And then it's on a tilter as a top. So when the earthquake was 5.9, it was 14, because that's not a good balance. But also to give you a what is going to happen with the 14. So that 14 is trying to tell us as certain things, hey, we have to choice is here now, but it is to keep a balance. It is like you hate to see people that died for that, but life is going to keep on moving regardless how we lose people. But we hate to see that. You know, we don't want to see it, but it's the nature of it. And the nature in the cosmic is together. They now made their plans, okay? So we have to pay attention to what we need to do that's been given on this earth. So when we dealing with cosmic, we're doing both flow with the aspects of the masculine and the feminine. So that is the partnership of the divine. Okay, let's see. Now, this particular one, it is the behavior of the psych. There go the psychic information. It's the psychics. So when you're dealing with the different type of psychological and the gist, that is a person is a doctor that's give out the information of that. But when you're dealing with dream and REM is that information. It is the precog about the brain and where the function goes, you know. And this time we're going to have so many we're in fall right now. Fall is in a time that we have nothing but dark. but understanding it's the long hours. But what can I tell you that regardless, we're in a time of twilight for a long while, and no one not paid any attention from 2000 on, because we had the moon and the sun at the same time. So long time we have in a twilight zone for a while. And if you notice, a lot of scary movies of the subconscious paranormal activity. I mean, now we can go to Amazon and buy the kits now, and you surely can go on TikTok and buy those kits, and you can scare people in their home. Just imagine how many people are doing that without Halloween. That's for reason for somebody. Now, let's get on in here. More of it said about the cognitive processes is providing insight into the unconscious mind. And when he wrote about these theories in his book, "Is the Meaning of Dream," he's give the information of stated the images of dreams were embodiment of thoughts and from the waking mind. In other words, dreams are representations of how we view our own lives. Exactly. And when that's subconscious going into conscious, so that's dark. Even though the light is outside, but it's subconscious because we have the moon and the sun at the same time. It's giving you different type of things. They give you hidden processes. Also, the 12th is the Pisces. It's the old soul. Soul is that exactly. It's gonna give you all of that information from that. That is giving you the I believe it's the, I would call it Nemesis, but I'm gonna get the name in a minute. Neptune. And that a long time ago, I love music, so they'll tell you that Nemesis for your bass, the munchies for your bass, and Nemesis, it was the boom, 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 and that's giving you Dallas information. So if that, and I'm in Texas, I'm just gonna give what I can. This is my collective, and that I can bring up old things and things I can remember. But we did what I believe it was the bass is what was sold at that time. That's when they had cars and speakers and equalizers and kickbox and stuff. And it, to this day, it's still the same. I call them ice cream castles. That's where you have different types of your chariot. Your chariot is your car. You're gonna make it old and make it to new. You're gonna add different type of castles on your wheels. That means depending on what ice cream you have. It is it's just what that is. It's give you, to me, a back at a time of when we was in 1800s, 17, 1600s. Gonna give you some of the king and queen, and they always was about their outside in and inside, their clothes, their French, their clothes, how they did. It's exactly what it is. It's just time, or the prince of time. That's what that is about. It's just love, but it's just we still have a part of a play of it. That's somebody that is can get the understanding about of past years of we have been put in, and we give out the information is like, yeah, I remember that. Yes, it's because the authors and things has already parts to play different things of movies, authors and books and directions, and the people that are the producers that are putting a play for things. Watch, and also be careful on the ones that watch, the ones that are not. But sometimes you get blessed in other ways. Hopefully one day they give some of the things that's been given and give it back, if that resonates. So, all right. Now, let's get on in here. I'm in here on talk about this stuff because it's something else. I'm telling you, how in the what? And that's what I'm saying. Just imagine David on this movie. Man, he never thought that how this was gonna play. His ex-lover went crazy because he finally found somebody that fell in love, and baby Julie was not having that, baby. She was always watching and everything else what he was doing. And she went crazy because she didn't put all her time. And how many times she did a walk. And there it is, if you understand what walk means. And she kind of like, we're talking about a partnership. You also met a finally and met a divine. When it's divine, it's a man see a woman, and there it is. Ain't nothing after that. A man is always gonna have the operation who is a wife and not, regardless how. I'm just saying. And he met his divine, and the partnership he was dealing with, and here comes the flow. It's hard to be. That's what I'm saying. It's a man is always has not always choose you. You know, that's the hardest thing when another woman is being included for a long time, and then he decides he's already met the divine. Okay, two divines, but I'm saying, but it's a divine that is something that he would know and still don't understand it. So they play around for a while, and the partnership will go through all of the process, and she's upset and she's jealous. She's jealous of the lady, which is Sophia. So what happened is, now they end up in a car, and while she was trailing him, and you know it's normal like that. And what happened was that she decided she was gonna drive crazy. I think she had a Nova, one of them old Nova cars, and you already know that's Cameron. And so as the person that is in the movie, so she went crazy and ended up they had a wreck, and she killed herself. But his face is dismembered. Okay, his facial has been added, so he's been added another mask. So all of that, he has been going through this processes of things. While going through all of that, who was going to be ruling the publishing of New York in this particular of this scene. But like I said, now these big business behind it. So just imagine, you know, that just made good for them. You know, because they probably looked like he was a playboy anyway. And just imagine how the process. I don't want to give too much information, because just go think about it. It has a lot to do with the life and death, and how the process of the ending of it, and how it is to another type of paradigm. It is a lot of information, and I don't want to tell or spoil, but this is basically a hit. But it gives you different things about how of a subtour, how you go through the process of depression and things that don't work the way properly. It gives you all type of things, but it also gives you gratitude information as well. But when you becoming in the hunter, because you're not in the as where you used to be, you know, it gives you different type of drifts and shifts, dream state realm, you know. It gives you the rainbow body, a duality of two, you know. Also give you in and front and back face, meaning that you have the face here, but you have another behind you too. So that gives you a lot of information. Giving also is, like I say, it's destiny, because that's what the divine is all about. You know, wealthy, as David was, publishing tycoon, you know, meaning he was everything his heart desired, and he met his divine, you know, and one night, you know, of a woman, and believes that he had finally found his peace. And like I say, in the information that it gives you a faithful encounter of a jealous of a lover. So like I say, they play around a while. You know, that's why I say, ladies, just, you know, listen what your mother say. If you don't have a mom, you got an auntie, but you got somebody that know that has been married, to get to understand about the divine. It's ups and downs. It's a choice that you make, you know. And all is always not bad. Always be good. You learn from it, you know. That's the point of the experience. About his world went out of control, rocking him of a roller coaster ride of romance, sex, and suspicion, and dreams, and shocking of a final awakening. Of all of that, went through another spiritual awakening from this whole thing. And to my understanding, it has a lot to do with 22. To me, it's a masterful thing. It is the full journey, you know. You know, it, like I said, it really is. Number 22 is the number of full journey. And to me it's like mid-heaven. I'm gonna talk about the mid-heaven too, because at a point in time it's the mid-drift in between of spiritual awakening and rainbow. And to give you some other information, let's see. I think, okay, yes, it about 25 towers and the airplanes and different things that already went through that time, because at that time they had their own publishing in New York. So this is about New York. So let's see. Give you some information about the prosthetic mask and plastic surgery and mental and physical, and drawing the depression because it's facial, because that's what drew him. You know, they give you that pleasure energy, they give you that Leo. You know, Leo and Scorpio, just to be honest with you, could be Leo, Virgo, I couldn't call it Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio, you know, and just give you that information with that. So it always has to do with home. They give you that homely, which you get Cancer and Capricorn. And Capricorn has to do with the careers, okay? That's what dealing with all that type of processes of 25. Because 25 in numerology is secrets. So 25 is going to give you 7 too. But 7 gives you that love and unconditional. It's supposed to be love and relationship. But number 25 is numerology, is for the secrets. And 12 is the Pisces. So they give you value of that second house. And 5 will also give you pleasure. So that is numerology number for that. So give you some of that I call it cryonic energy, lucid dream, and tech support. And tech support, exactly when we're in that type of this energy of the time of Aquarius. We're going in Jupiter. We're in Jupiter energy. Also Mercury with the planet. And also going into Pluto, and Pluto's going direct, and it will be in November. It's just getting in that, I call it the date of on the 12th of October. So it's giving you the information of that. So it's like, you know, it is the October 12th, but it doesn't really go fully direct until November 13th. So let's get on the midheaven. So midheaven, I'm giving you the information and give you the scribes. It's called an MC. The MC give you that information. It's like a sense of authority, a legacy. So we're talking about the Jupiter returns, solar returns, and all this is a time of it is a time of your date of a birth. And just imagine how many people know your date of birth about your Jupiter and your Jupiter ascending and different things. That is the MC that is connected with your mid. Also, it could be, like I said, the solar return. And just imagine of this, the numbers that people would know this is your time, and how it is making hard for you to go through of the processes that's been given, and others will stall you. And they will do a lot of things with virtue. And virtue will have some support, tech support, and I'm learning as I go how things will cause with green light and red light to tell you go, and some not, and some can use copy, paste, and record it and do something else. So we're in a time of identity, I'll call it ID crisis. So we have a lot of malware and identify of certain things for reasons. So let's give you information. MC giving you more of a representative of higher explorations. It relates to status, to reputation, and long-term goal, and sense of responsibility of number 10. It's the rising sign. That's why I decided I'm going to do the sun and rising moon today, because see what we got going on. See how we tie into it. And tech support, it's like, to my understanding, it has to do with the rushing of buildings, of lobby. So let me go in here. This has to do with the build, and how the building, a lobby, is what is sudden as an empty of an elevator opens. So, you know, like I said, we don't understand when we dealing with virtue. We're not getting the information. It's not clear or it's cloudy, or you need to do more understanding of what we're in. Now I'm getting a little bit more understanding that how that play into an elevator and what goes up. Now we on that jump man energy with Drake and Future. That's that clear audience. I'll give you the information. You need to listen to the lyrics and get to understand what I'm talking about. Because some things people say, oh, I don't understand that language. Okay, the language is just for you to do your work. I'm not here to give all the information. I'll give you a little bit, then what I'm here for. And then you back doing the same thing you were doing before. I'm here to work, not to be here to teach you how. No, it's like you get it. Get it in what your thoughts and your patterns is. You're the ones the paintbrush. With the painting, I'm not the one to do that. We've already done that. That's the process. The point of it is to get off of a umbilical cord and to be able to walk. And you got everything within. So let's sit over here. Oh, now we get mad about the movie. Now this was people. Look, I done watched it so many times. It's like couldn't get it years ago, and that my mind was when you got kids. Come on, yeah. My mind wasn't on that. My mind was make sure keeping that house clean and making sure my kids had going on and they were able to do their work. A lot of little stuff. That's like my time. My mind was with my children, and let's be honest, that's why I could never to get to understand it. It wasn't for me. So it just imagine how many times I've seen a little bit and turned out like, oh, this is weird. Weird was not for me at that time, but it, you know, like I say, it's a reason for everything. But just what gets me on this part, it says this: at the end of it, after the elevator is which is suddenly empty, the elevator opens, revealing of a strong, what do you want to call it, a strange man from a bar. As the gets there, because sometimes I'm with it so fast. The elevator climbs to the top of it, and possibly tall building, and then there's a man explains that he is the tech support, and David has been in the suspension for 150 years for suspension. Now that'll make you want to watch it. Okay. Now I ain't gonna get no more because the girl can go, but that's something to talk about. So let me give you some information here. Did that. Now let's get on in here. Now let's see. Let's get a card in here. Now this is a game. But I felt like that this was a beautiful to understand about the aspects of whatever was going on. We're still in Libra, and Libra, but my understanding of 14 today is of the temperate. Maybe it's the temperate. Okay, let me see what's in here. Mercury gonna give you June. Okay, June is gonna give you the information with June. And let's see. Seems like the degree is still in 29. So we're dealing with June, Gemini, and October. So we're in the air signs. So let's do that. That'll be the best way to do that. So that is Aquarius, Libra, Aquarius, got that one. Let's go in Gemini. All right, so let's do that. Let's bring it in. You see that? So Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Okay. Now, depending on the moon, the information. Sun, okay, you can see the sun, and I'm also gonna put moon there because I do know it's at the same thing because it's just giving you information. All right, so now let's put a card in here. Let's do paint Libra since we in the moon. I mean in the month of Libra, but the temperance is number 14, so that's balance. To be honest with you, so. Let's see what it said about that. It says that it's about the number 5, and it's speedy planet Mercury, influencing planet that underlines strong developmental and abilities It is mentioned above. It's the company influence of Venus. And Venus is the cold combination of Mercury, grants strong, give you enthusiastic gifts and well charm. It give you October the people is to stay of course. Okay, give you indicates resilient of character, which is the recovery of quickly from the hard knocks life. You talking about there's a hard knocks life. Give you any energy. Boy, you talking about some hard knocks. The girl got, let me tell you, I got some May knocks on the head. Everybody know what May knocks is? Baby, here you are. Here. Hey, baby, I'm one of them. I'm talking about some May knocks. I think that was one of my number movie, and even though I was young, and there I was. But just understand, I believe Jamie Foxx came with that too. So all of it's beautiful, both of them. So, you know, just imagine Annie went through a lot, you know, but she had that heart, man. I mean, it's like you can do anything, you know, you become as the knocks not to have. You're being as an orphanage, you know. I remind me of the movie with Denzel Washington and I forgot the other guy. And it's like, what about the little boy that's been lost? And what about the little girl that's been lost? Who gonna take care of that? And, you know, you got community is supposed to do that. Especially when somebody lost. You lost your parents, the community is supposed to do that. You know, that's my understanding. That's how script says that. That means the author too. Who's gonna take care of after the parents is gone? And who's gonna lift up that so that don't fall and miss the whole world is tilted. Just imagine how much work we have to do for community. It's a lot. Okay, let's see with Libra. Libra says, when I go somewhere with a dance floor, I actually dance. That's for somebody. Woo, woo, woo. And it says right here, I typical the most charming person in the room. There it is. So that's one. I don't think I need to do one more. So this is October. And they had two boys and they were a week apart, 2 years a week. Just imagine. They grown now. So now I have to make sure that, hey, they're not babies no more. They let me know anyway. I'm often seen as a pushover. And I have tested, it says I have tested over 10 people today. So that means somebody is a teacher or something. And that somebody tested somebody and pushed over somebody have something. You know, Libra gonna give you that that effect. That's the intellect. You know, they got all that knowledge. You know, that's like the court system. They always know everything. Public deputy. They gonna be the lawyer, the police officer, the detective. I mean, you talking about everything. Libra, when you dealing with the Libra, you know, listen, you gonna go all the way down from the court system. You're going to go all the way to the president. You're going to come all the way to the police officer, detective, and the lawyer. By the time you messing with them, Lord, you like, man, I done went to jail. I done met this man. I done met this woman. Man, I'm already in jail. They done gave me everything from the court system to the lawyer, detective, police officer. I mean, they done gave you everything. You can leave her something else. I'm telling you. They good people. You know, it's about that love and relationship. But when you meet one, you meet one. That's number 10. So I'm giving you that information about that. That's that house. You know, and you're dealing with career in the seventh house. Because Libra's in 7th house. So when you're doing that, those two things, baby, you got 7 love and relationship and 10 careers. That's what you're dealing with. That's a whole lot. It's about that career in the court system. If you ain't talking about nothing. Now, this is what this talk about. This is about what's really going on with these type of Libras. I'm just saying. All right, we got 2 of them in there. Let's see something else in here. Let me go in the night school, see how I tie into it. I'm go real quick because I've already gave you information. Really, I wanted to talk about because I really would like for people to go understand about the rain body, the information that's been given. You know. and how hard knocks and how stuff been knocked over. I mean, I'm going through something I can't tell it. If I tell you, you wouldn't believe I went through it. You wouldn't even believe that I'm going through it. I'm going through something right now. I'm still going. You know, but I try to take the negative and bring in the positive. It's so hard to do it. You know why it's so hard? Because other people is rather watch you to go through the process to watch themselves and how they can be a better person. We so many monitor. It's so much monitor everywhere you go. It's not even funny. It's they either trying to put you in positions to make a struggle for you, or either they want to deal with their own self. They rather watch other people. We got a lot going on. I said we need ourselves to look at it as the revere of a mirror, because that's a message on there. We all need each other, but the way things in it, they just want to put stuff on a plate and a hunt, ain't really gonna give you nothing. It be the same stuff. We done had too many people taking people's life for years ago and didn't do anything with it. You know. Okay, let's see. This here is the night school. Let's see what it brings in, anything tied to what's really going on. When it went through the earthquake, we went to Helen, and now we're back in the other one. That's in Florida. Came back to Florida. Florida, come on now. Something going on with that. Here it is. 5 element system. It says right here, it's going to give you the information. Now, one thing about me, I don't know. I'm just the guide, okay? It says right here, it's give you the 5 element system in the Chinese 5 element. It's the Wu Zing, like Wu Hu Tang Wang. You know, that's New York too. Okay, I'm all having fun though. This the system. It's the elements of earth, air, fire, metal, and wood. Each element is an energy that leads to the particular transformation. Look up the 5 element system and learn more. That is the 5 element. I've been talking about the 5 element. That is you. This is like you're leaving from the old soul, the secrets and all of that. You're in the 13. 13 to me give you the information of transformation, which give you the 8th house, which is gonna give you Scorpio. Now, and when you do 8 gonna go in 1. Depends on the Vedic astrology. Now, I don't want to battle with somebody else that don't do both. I do both. There needs to be balance, but I understand where it goes in there because 8 has to go into the next is 9. Now, it's gonna give you Sagittarius energy, but it give you a Sage, and also give you the Phoenix or Rising. Okay, because that's what we're going to. Because even though it's dark, it means that when you're walking, you're traveling. The next 1 month will be travel. Okay, understand that. So now we got bananas Foster. Now wait a minute, I got the bananas out here. I said, I want me some pancakes with some bananas Foster. They give you that New Orleans. They give you an Orleans down with that banana Foster. Now, if you don't know anything about that, it doesn't matter. You even got it from somebody. It's the French. It give you the information about that banana Foster. Okay, let me give something here. It give you the alchemy. What I call it? It give you the alchemy of lab. Okay, because I would do different type of language on here, and I try to be more understanding. Some of my language is different because I'm mixed with all kinds of things, and it's just a lot of stuff, and it just come out. Just Now, when you look at that, it's called me. It's a comma. So a comma. It's a comma. You know what a comma? A comma, comma, comma. But anyway, look up the recipe for banana Foster. Make it. As you eat your creation, consider that the cooking process can teach you about 4 elements and how they can be transformed. Come on, somebody. I'm telling you, bananas. Baby, we talking about monkey bread. Okay, let me give you some of that old New Orleans cruising. I'm saying, hey, the girl know about that. My family is from that area, so I do know all about that. Okay, that being that. Okay, so when you have that type of thing, this one thing about when you mess around with that right there, girl, you know you gonna get somewhere, go slap. And that means give you all that love and connection. Now, don't get too much. Now, you can get a lot. And then you look a certain kind of way. Now, we're in a time that everybody on the chi, on the energy as energizing and exercising of health. I get the understanding. I believe that if you do too much, that's a reflecting of you. Okay, that's your choice that you make. That's your business. Because I'm not in here because this girl can cook. And baby, I have you looking like rolling down a ball down the door. But if you gonna eat it, it's your choice that you made. Now, not me. Just saying, that's love right there. So we're dealing with 5 element system, and that is giving the information about what's really going on. So to me, would be Louisiana. Also, let me see what number 6 is gonna give you pass. So you know I'm giving out the information that's giving you pass, right? Pass gonna give you what the energy. So whatever that's gonna give you Louisiana purchase. Okay, so I'm giving you that information. So that got something to do with that. Number 5 is on 5. Understand that the cards is gonna tell you they seen that, right? So let's do it right here. It's 7, but I'm gonna put what I'm saying. I'm gonna do what I'm saying for a reason. For what reason is it? Gemini. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Yep, that is really 7 cards in here, but I'm gonna do it the way I want to. So I'm gonna put it in here because 5 and 6 is gonna be fine. Okay, and why I'm gonna tell you that this got to do with the thoughts patterns, and also it's gonna give you the information of speaking, right? So this has got the information and wires in here to the Chinese 5 element is Wanzu system. So it's telling you the information: earth and air and fire, metal, and wood. They give you some of this 5. 5 gonna give you the information. I believe it has to do as a movie. Go look at the Great Wall, and that is some good information. It's gonna tell you about Chinese and what was going on at that time. It's gonna give you an emperor of the time, and that is what had happened before. So it is previous. And also that pleasure type of that type of, I guess you can look at another movie as The Mummy. You can go look at that movie. It's really good. This is clairaudience information, and just give you that information because I'm going to talk about that clairaudience and clairaudience and also clairaudience and the information of Claire. Claire is going to give you that information. I'm going to give you that Pisces energy, which is wisdom and intuition that you're supposed to be as who I am at different houses in here. So watch those movies. It's going to give you the information and different things in here. So this got to do with Louisiana information, Louisiana purchase energy. I'm looking on here, Louisiana, New Orleans energy, giving Chinese energy of the emperor for the time from years ago, and pleasure. Could have been a Leo and a king at that time, giving information of the mummy. They got me the Egypt energy. So those are energy I'm giving out here. Let's see. I'm the type of a screenshot text from my crush and send them to the group chat. Did I tell you? I told you about copy and paste. Be careful for that because we got a lot of people in here copy and paste. Copy paste. There it is. Copy paste. That's what they're called. Copy paste. Thank you. And that's giving you the information. So you're dealing with either somebody is a masculine or feminine or a divine or partnership. This is what's really going on. Okay? So the information I'm telling you right now, copy and paste. It has to do with different type of Android, cell phones, and how they use iPhone or whoever. This got something to do with that. So maybe all this tied together. I'm only giving you the movie Vanilla Sky, some of the information that be tied to what all of this is about. But remember, it's about the planets, the stars, that is the sun, and also it will be the moon. So all this links to the eclipse that I already in process. So 5.99 will give you that 14, the earthquake, and then what happened. It give you the information and give you 14 where it need to be at that 14 balance. So we're basically will be as balanced, okay? Because that's the purpose. Is number 14, and temper today it is the 14th. So that is October the 14th, 2024. So the information is giving you good information. So let me see what it says on here. It says right here, after acknowledge. Remember I said foreknowledging of what is about cognition. It's called the cognition. Giving information about destiny. Destiny is the precog information. So that is acknowledge the egg as the most perfectly packaged product. It is banned. Oh, excuse me. It is perfectly packaged product it is hard and imagine that it says God, the Most High, who is the highest of the universal love, right? Give you that. The manufacturer does not exist it, so it exists it. So like is the exodus. This to me remind me of the exodus of the scripture. Also will give you something that come out of later on. They give you Pisces coming, the old soul coming into the new. I call you old spiritual awakening. Old spirit, that's the fool. Old spiritual awakening of these masterfully of these masculine, divine masculine partnership of feminine and divine. So that is the information that I'm giving as the collective. So I gave you some information here. So I got to do one more cosmic, and I'm eating on here. I don't know how long it's in here. It wasn't supposed to be this long, but 9-10 is like that. Well, kids, huh? When you say no, they do it anyway. That's the hard heads. They got the hard knocks. And I see somebody that may knocks. I'm talking about myself, and I believe the kids I see when they say no, they're gonna do it anyway. Alright, so let me pull a card here. King of Pentacles. Alright. King of Pentacles. That's good. Let's see what it says here. That's it, I'm gonna read this for somebody. Alright. Alright, so that is goals. That's what it's about, goals. That means we came from the harvest. Harvest means you already pulled all your information from these seasons. And we already in those seasons. So we're in, I believe, I think I said it was in third season, fourth season, the winter. This is Texas, this is different things over in different of the world. And also I use with the fashion. I mean, like the seasons, fashion codes, whatever it's that. It's going to tell you about the information too. So that means that goals accomplished now, share your time and advice with others. This is why I give out information. This is my part. This is when I get unconditional love. You know, regardless of who you and I, it's not even mine. I'm just here as a guide. But it would be nice to bring income when I'm not at this time. One day I will. If I don't have to worry and work harder from others to watch, monitor, and doing things behind the scenes and causing harm for others. One day, then they'll start watching everybody and watch their own self and see what's really going on with themselves, bathe and balance themselves instead of watching other people. Then we'll be fine. But to my understanding, it's already been done anyway, so we just here. You know, hopefully that we all get it together. You know, we all need each other, but regardless of how I feel, you know, this is the guy, the message. That's for somebody. So this is about King now. I'm sorry about this about the King. Got to be money, money, money. This the goal right here. This movie was all about he had the money. And it was about he was the king. And regardless. And look how it happened. Being a playboy, he met around with a girl, therefore, and misused her. And because he wasn't going to make her a wife, or however call it, it wasn't, he was playing around. Like I said, playboys. And after that, at the end of it, he ended up in a pen. He ended up, his face is messed up. Then, and the girlfriend that he was messing with, she killed herself and put her in that energy behind the scene. And therefore playing around dream, because his mind hadn't tilted, you know, it kind of wobbled his mind and off balance and everything for depressing things that doesn't work. I think we all have the same issues in life, We just not gonna tell nobody, but it's just now you have the opportunity at this time. More information on that movie. Let's see. Now, negative says being obsessed with wealth and status is not cute. And exactly what the problem was. What he was doing wasn't too cute. It looked good on the outside, but it wasn't too cute because it came later. All the other of the negative factor came, you know. Being obsessed, being around where a girl is obsessed, cause problems, narcissistic ways, and there it goes. Narcissism gives you gaslight information, playing around, manipulation, and they love when that energy. That's what everybody's doing. That's the biggest thing: manipulation and gaslight. Narcissistic, control, investment, or investigations of other people, monitoring spirits. There's all this going on. And that give you the information of the King Pentacles, because they're giving you goals accomplished. And this man was accomplished. His daddy gave all of this information to him. And what's left at the end, it was a beautiful thing. I'm going to let y'all hear that. All right, y'all. This is the collective. This is a divinely guided and chosen star seed. Spiritually 777. This is about the vanilla sky of the movie that I watched. It's a lot of information. I can't tell it all. You might have more than I need. Okay, you need to know, but hey, it is. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.